feel like I'm in a hot seat. Ooh, I hope my toes are fine. I should have worn cool socks.
You should have worn cool socks. What is that on my jeans? I think I've got like pizza. I've got pizza stain on my jeans. So, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Temi.
What do you want to talk about today?
Obviously we've been trying to like think of topics to talk about and stuff, and I feel like it took me ages first of all to decide, and then I was like, oh, I kind of want to talk about my uni life and my uni experiences because it was really interesting. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was a nice space for me to kind of like get away from London. And yeah.
So why did you feel like you needed to get away? Why didn't you want to stay in London? Was it sort of
basically I was born in London. I've lived in London all my life, and I feel like I'm someone who likes to just like venture out sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like to know the same people for too long. No offense. Obviously you're different. But like yeah, I don't like to know the same people for too long. As in, I like to experience different cultures and things like that. And I feel like London has the same mentality, and I just wanted to just like experience something different. So going out of London was a good kind of escape in a sense for that, and also there was just a lot of things going on in my family at the time as well. And what better way to run away than to run away to Manchester? It's a nice city.
Yeah. So you moved to Manchester. So you said you were born and you were raised in London, and you were getting kind of sick of London people and everything. Did you feel like the people in Manchester were any different to London?
I mean, people are the same everywhere we go. Like when we went to Amsterdam and we met those guys, and it was like same shit, different city, and it's true. It's like as much as we think going away will make us see different people, it does, because it makes you speak to people from different perspectives and different experiences and stuff. But really and truly, everybody ends up being the same. But yeah, I think the mentality is a little bit different up north, and even in like relationship wise and stuff.
Yeah.
People seem to be more into like settling down up north. It seems so like straightforward up there. Like you find someone, you just stick with them. You might go, you go on dates, introduce them to the family, then you start talking about what you're gonna do for your life, and then you just get a house together and Bob's your uncle. Today's your dad. And then that's it. And then that's it. And then that's it. Like, but in London, I don't know, maybe it's just me and my like perspective on things. And
so do you have any standout people who you always remember from your uni? Like any experiences that you want to talk about?
I have to say, my two, I was in a group of, there was 3 of us, and I feel like being with those 2 people would literally just change my life in like a good way. Like, I don't know, it was just such a good experience.
So how did it make you feel being away from home?
The first week, it was awkward. It was so weird. It was just weird. I guess, obviously the first day, your parents drop you off and it's like, oh, they help you to like make your bed or like buy you loads of food that you're gonna survive on for the next 2 years. I had so much boxes of Indomie and it was unbelievable. That was just my number 1 food. And obviously my mum stayed with me for a couple of days with my sister and my brother, and they were in a hotel like not too far. So the first few days it was like woohoo, still with family.
Yeah.
Everyone, like my mum and my sisters were talking to other flatmates and other parents as well, so it was just all chill. And in the moment it was like, okay, get on your own now, and they leave, and I was just like, no, Jack. I was like, whoa, this is weird. I remember sitting in my room and just sitting there, and I was like,
Yeah.
So what do I do now?
So what is one of the biggest things that you felt that you've learned whilst you were away at uni?
I learned that the way I was raised and brought up is completely different to the way a lot of people are raised and brought up. Like, I was brought up in like a Christian household. We went to church every Sunday. My mum's very liberal though. Like, she's still like pretty, you know, she's, you know, guys, that's a whole different topic. My mum is a whole different situation. We should actually get her on here. So yeah, I was born in a in a Christian household. Went to church every Sunday. I'm the eldest child in my family. I felt like I had a role that I had to fulfill and had to be quite mature straight away. There was a lot of things that were going on in my family anyway that I had to kind of just be more grown up than usual. I felt very protective of my family and of my brother and sister in particular. So that meant that the way I was brought up was slightly different to even a lot of people in London, because even in secondary school I would hear people be like, oh yeah, I went to Peter's house party till like 1 o'clock in the morning and me and him did a little thing, and it was like, what? And I'm like, guys, I was at home reading my books. I was reading like the 6 books that I had bought out from the library. I was at home chilling with my family. Like, I didn't do anything outside my bubble of wake up in the morning, go to school, enjoy my school life, come back home. Maybe on the odd occasion, obviously, you might just do something extra, but like nothing wild. I wasn't a wild child like that. I knew of people like who were out doing these things, but I wasn't one of them. People out in front line, just chilling and chatting and all that stuff. I knew of the people, but I was never part of them because, boy, my mum had to know where I was, or what time. I could never have sleepovers. If I had a sleepover, mum had to know who the parents were, have their phone number, call them, drop me to their house, ask me who's going to be there, what boys, if there's any boys, cut that issue right now, you ain't going nowhere. And I was like, I felt like R. Kelly trapped in the closet, but a whole different story. Like, why am I trapped in this like bubble? Like, what is going on? But I didn't necessarily know any different because that's the way my family raised me. Now, when I went to the uni, and going to uni way away from home, like miles away from home, and then hearing how other people were brought up, for example, they would go out. Like, if they wanted to go out, they'll just 8 or 9 or whatever it is, or they'll go to the park and get drunk, or they will go and smoke weed around the corner. They'll do all these different things. And I remember being at uni and I was like, wow, like my mind was just blown. I was like, did you guys really do this at the age of like 14? Like, what? So yeah, that was the biggest kind of revelation for me, the way that you can be living in the same country with people, but everyone's lifestyle is completely different. But then when you do come together and you sit down and talk, there's so much to connect over. You realise that you have so many things in common, and the things that made you different from each other, you can still be able to express that and talk to each other and learn from each other, which is really key. So yeah.
So did it ever make you feel like you resented the way how your mum brought you up? Like, sort of hearing about how much freedom other people had. Did it make you feel like, oh, you know, why didn't my mum let me go to that party that night? Or
at the time, that like when I was young, I did feel like that. I was like, gosh, man, I just want to go and meet my friends. But then when I got to uni, I realised that I actually am happy that I didn't grow up like that. Not because there's anything wrong with anybody who did, but I feel like because I wasn't exposed to that type of stuff when I was younger, now that I'm growing up, my exposure level is like is gradual rather than it being explosive from the beginning when I was younger. And then now they have nothing exciting to look forward to. They don't have those stories to tell where they're like, oh yeah, I did this. Like, I went to Amsterdam and I smoked weed. Pause. I did not do that. But like when you do too many things when you're young, there's nothing to really. I feel like there's nothing to really look forward to when you get older. Whereas if you just hold on to things a little bit longer and just like, you don't have to experience everything like when you're so young. When you get older, it's a lot more enjoyable because you're more independent and you can do it.
Yeah.
I don't see a thrill in sneaking out of my house and doing things because I would just get beats when I get home. My mum would know if I was out. She would know if I sneak out. That wasn't even something that crossed my mind.
Yeah.
So I never resented my mum. When I got older, I realised I couldn't resent my parents for the way they brought me up because actually I'm grateful for the way they brought me up actually. And that they didn't give me so much freedom when I was young because I think I would have just gone wild. I'm in those streets, girl.
Speaking of wild, what was the craziest thing that you ever did at uni?
I don't think I did anything
I feel like you're
crazy.
being majorly conservative right now.
No. I'm actually thinking like, what exactly did my wildness? Yeah, is gonna seem like, is that it, guys?
Because
like,
of the way how you were raised.
Exactly. So exactly what my point. So for
Yeah.
example, one thing that I thought, wow, was when I went out on a night out and I didn't get back until like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning the next day.
Wow.
I was like, that's
actually pretty wild.
Wild. And we had been drinking and just out, just having a good time.
Yeah.
Walking back home with our heels on and still in our outfits.
Yeah.
And people going into uni. I felt like we were in a different dimension. Like, but I didn't do anything wild per se. Like I wasn't out there having threesomes and group orgies and stuff. oh, sorry. Yeah. Wow. Next question, please.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you feel like you would have done differently at uni if you sort of had the opportunity to go back again and do it all again? Is there anything you would or you wouldn't have done?
I think I would have made more of a conscious effort to mix with more people.
Yeah.
I feel like once I had my two amigos, that was it. Like I didn't really care to make. Not that I wasn't friends with other people.
Yeah.
I was still cool with them, but I didn't really necessarily get to know people a lot more. But I feel like I'm like that with a lot of my friendship groups. Like I stick with my main people.
Yeah.
Everybody else around me is like my friends, but you're just my friends, innit? That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I would have tried to make sure I got to know more people a lot better and on a deeper level. But at the same time, sometimes you don't know people's intentions. Like boys here, I used to get on better with boys than girls.
Yeah.
But boys in uni, yeah. I feel like in my mind, I'm just like, I just want to be friends with you. I just want to be cool. Like, let's just chill and talk about just random stuff. I love having conversations with boys. But I feel like they take that the wrong way. Like, ooh, she wants me to come round. Tell me what you're gonna cook for me, yeah? Tell me she watch a movie.
See, I feel like it's different when you're at uni because it's like they treat it like it's your own place.
Yeah.
See, like that thing, like, oh, when are you gonna cook me dinner and stuff like that? That wouldn't really be a thing if you were at home in your parents' house.
Exactly.
Sort of thing, but when you're at uni, like it's different. Like, yeah.
It's yeah, that's it. I think I eventually became more of myself. I think I was because of my upbringing, I felt like I was quite restricted in terms of being free with myself. Like I knew myself, I knew who I was, like I was fine with who I was inside. But in terms of letting go, it took me a while to finally like just be like, woo, here I am. And then when I did, my mum, you know what? My mum actually thought I was taking drugs at one point, you know. She was like, Temi, and this is after uni we had this discussion. She was like, Temi, was everything okay with you in uni? I was like, yeah. I was like, why? She was like, there was a moment in time I was really worried about you, you know. I thought you had like started taking drugs. And I was like, what?
Oh my goodness.
But again, I think it's because she just saw a side of me that she just didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just more free with myself, more open, and I just didn't like necessarily care. I still had my values and my morals and everything. People know that, but yeah, I think I was more free. So yeah, maybe being a little bit more wild. Maybe next time I would have had a more wild story to tell. But
so you're definitely happy that you did make the decision to go away from home for uni and not stay in London?
Yeah, 150%.
Because you feel like you wouldn't have had those experiences if you stayed in London, or you would have felt restricted
I wouldn't have
still?
met the people I did
Yeah.
if I went to uni in London. The people who I met in uni were the people who helped shape me in a way and helped me get out of my bubble a lot more. Because they're, like I say, their lives are different to mine in terms of the way they were brought up and stuff. So I was like, whoa, wow. And then it was kind of like a balance. Like my views were a bit like this and their views were a bit like this. Not that their views were low and mine were high, but hearing about their views made me kind of let go of myself a bit more, and it also learnt from me.
Yeah.
And then we were able to just find that middle ground and just be like, all cool. And it's just, yeah, it's all blessed. I'll say though, people who want to go to uni should definitely go.
Would you recommend that they leave home, or?
I think it's different for everyone, isn't it? But I enjoyed being away from home, and I definitely think it's good because you learn so much about yourself, learn how to be independent. You get exposed to things that you wouldn't necessarily do if you were, you know, cocooned at home or going to uni from home. So I would say just definitely leave your parents' house.
Just do it. Just run away.
Even if you were in London, but I know London's expensive though. But like even if you were in London and you lived in a different flat, even with simple things like learn how to pay bills, learning that you should not be the person to put your name down when you're living with a group of like 5 people. Do not put your name on any bills. Learning how to get internet, learning how to just all these things, manage money, go for a food shop. Like all these things you're completely oblivious to when you live with your parents. But when you're doing it by yourself, you're like, damn. And then when you eventually do move out, it's a little bit easier for you to do. So yeah, I would say definitely don't stay at home. Go and find yourself in the big wide world.
Like you have.
Like I have. And you did.
No, definitely. I do agree, it is good. I definitely agree with the whole meeting people from different experiences, because I felt like that as well, because I had like sort of a similar upbringing. Like my parents wouldn't let me go out as often as my friends would. And kind of at uni, like not that it kind of makes you go wild, because you still kind of have that internal restriction that's kind of being forced from you from young. But it definitely is interesting.
Would you have gone further out?
Wait, are you asking the questions or am I?
it's still the same topic, right?
Because you went pretty far actually.
Yeah.
You went
I went north, man.
I just went Portsmouth, and that's not even that far.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because Portsmouth is still quite London-y.
I feel like so many people from
and like Brighton is still quite quite London-y. But Manchester, like, who goes to Manchester? Like it's so far. Like because I agree with you, like that people in different parts of the country, they do have slightly different mentalities.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're all young people at the end of the day, so they all still have stuff in common. So
exactly, it's true.